Hello, Capricorn. This is your reading for March 2017. Give me a few more seconds and you know that I'm going to be cutting the cards soon and starting the reading. All right, I'm laying all your cards out, including the outcome card this time. Your first card, Ace of Wands, reversed. Okay, so there's been an obstacle to a new beginning. I have the High Priest. This is about faith and tradition and commitment. I have a Two of Swords. This is Four of Cups reversed. I have a Ten of Swords reversed. Three of Cups reversed. Okay. Heading into your future, I have a Ten of Wands. So you have some tens reversed here, as well as an ace. But when tens are reversed, it means that there's something preventing you from starting a new cycle, because tens are about a complete reset and then starting over at a higher cycle. So in this situation with these two tens in reverse, it looks like you're stuck. I have a Five of Swords. This is the card of conflict. It's also the card about defeat, winning or losing. And then I have an Eight of Pentacles, which is interesting. And then the outcome card, I have an Eight of Swords reversed. So swords are very meaningful. You have four swords here, Capricorn. And this Eight of Swords in your outcome, as you know, this Eight of Swords is all about feeling trapped, it's about figuring out what your options are. You might feel you have no options, but it's about taking off that blindfold and discovering that you do. So the fact that this is reversed is a good omen here. Okay, so I'm looking through your cards, and as I said, the swords are kind of sticking out to me right now. As far as major arcana, you only have the High Priest, which means that for some of you, because all of you know Capricorn is going through the exact same situation, but for some of you Capricorns, this could actually be an issue of commitment and a marriage, commitment in a marriage. Honoring a contract, some legal issues here. Okay, so I will get back to that Hierophant or the High Priest in a second. But the swords, we have indecision. When swords show up, which represent air, swords represent thinking and analyzing and your psychological and mental energy. You know, are you paranoid? Are you depressed? Usually swords, they're usually the most unhappy element in the tarot, because most of the swords from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're all about healing. They're all about addressing pain, getting through conflict. All of those, unpleasant, petty things that can get in the way of relationships between people. So when I see a lot of swords, they're indicating a lot of mental stress, and they can indicate a lot of dysfunction in a relationship. Okay, so let me just say that. So the Two of Swords, which is about indecision, you have a Ten of Swords, which indicates that some of you Capricorns, and this is in the center of your spread, some of you are going through a very tough time emotionally and mentally. You're recovering. You're going through a very painful situation right now, and it's not going to be resolved yet. If this was upright, then it would mean that you've hit the bottom. It's not going to get any worse, and you're going to be able to recover and rebound after this, because 10 is about a new cycle. But it's not. So it's telling me that there's still some issues that you are trying to work through, that you are trying to heal from. Okay? So when we get to the past influences, someone's indecision, we have this Ace of Wands, and this is the card of creativity and new life. So when I see this in reverse, the Ace of Wands, this is signaling a big disappointment, something that couldn't move forward, something that you had your expectations for something, you had positive expectations and someone defeated those expectations. The issue with this Ace of Wands seems to be the commitment, the committed relationship, the faithfulness and honesty and trust. And this leads up to this Two of Swords here. We're having indecision. Someone cannot make up their mind. Okay? Nothing is moving forward because, as you know, she has to drop one of the swords. She has to choose one. Okay? So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of indecision. Someone afraid to move forward. Someone who isn't sure about what direction they want to take in the relationship or the marriage. Okay, so that's your past influences. As we move towards these present influences with all these reversals, this Four of Cups, and then this Three of Cups is reversed. This Four of Cups is about stop looking at the negative, look at the positive of the relationship. It's also about being emotionally, when you see this card, someone is emotionally shutting down. They're not open emotionally. They're not giving emotionally. They just would rather pout and be stubborn. And when this card is in reverse, it's not so much that this is still going on, but it's about someone not taking things for granted and emotionally reconnecting. Okay. So that's when we get to that Ten of Swords, which I was talking about just a couple minutes ago. That, especially with this Three of Cups reverse, this Three of Cups is usually the happy card, the celebration among friends. So this is a reversal of affection and friendship as well. And so it makes sense that now I'm seeing this Ten of Swords because there's been a reversal of affection for some of you. Someone is pushing you away emotionally for some of you. There's no emotional reassurance in a relationship. There's no emotional connection. And that can be very painful, which is why I think this Ten of Swords is in the middle reversed. So, yeah, Capricorn, some of you are dealing with commitment issues, emotional unavailability, and maybe some of you are dealing with someone who broke up with you and you're just trying to get your bearings back. Okay? So, as we get into your future, the 10 is reversed. You still have some issues to deal with. He's still carrying the sticks. He's still feeling overwhelmed. I think it's important, Capricorn, that you, how can I say this? When I see this card in reverse, it means that you're dealing with a huge burden and you're tired of carrying it, but you have no idea how it's going to be resolved. You need to have it resolved. And maybe part of this could be up to you as well. That sometimes, for instance, one example that comes to me is when someone is in love with someone, you're in love with that person, and that person might push you away. And so instead of saying, you know what, if they don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with them. I'm seeing this card. What I'm feeling right now about this card is that some of you are like, well, what did I do wrong? How can I fix this? Let me wait it out. Maybe I should apologize. Maybe I should do this or that. And there's really nothing you can do. And you're only prolonging this issue if you keep trying to take on the burden of trying to fix what's ever going on with this other person, their lack of commitment. So when this is in your future, the tarot is saying, especially this is in reverse, is that you may need to lighten the load, because ultimately this could actually do more harm than good. If you can, if you keep carrying this burden that you don't have to carry, you're almost home. You see, he's almost home and he can drop all of these wands. But I think Capricorn, when this is in your future, the tarot is almost giving you a warning. Like, some of you are headed for a huge, something's going to give here. And you've heard that saying, the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, these aren't straws, these are wands. And I think that some of you, this, whatever is going on with the other person, it's almost as if the issues with this person might actually ramp up and actually start becoming more of an emotional and mental burden to you. Especially now that you have this Five of Swords, which is the card of conflict. And sometimes the interpretation of this card is about a battle that's fought and lost. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. But it's also about not carrying grudges, not being so super sensitive about this issue, that this Five of Swords is sort of warning you again. This is another warning that this issue, you're going to feel defeated by this issue, because this is the card of winning and losing. This is the card of someone who might feel that they want to win at all costs. They have to be right. And when the Five of Swords pops up, it's almost as if, well, whatever's going to be happening in this conflict or this battle, be prepared to lose. Someone's going to lose very badly. Okay? This might be a struggle. And remember what I said about that Ten of Wands, that this could be a struggle for you, Capricorn, what you're fighting for or what you're holding on to. For some of you, this is something that the tarot is trying to tell you, you're not going to win at this time. Just let it go. Okay? So that is when we get to your Eight of Pentacles here. This Eight of Pentacles is the card of work and being productive. And in a relationship reading, it can mean that someone is focusing on practical things. They're not living inside their head. They're taking action and they're getting to the work of actual problem solving. Okay, it's also a card about determination. And I think that because this is Pentacles, which represents Earth, which is your element, I think it's revealing how you're going to come out through this. I think you're going to come through this okay. But a lot of you Capricorns, I think that, one, Capricorns are great problem solvers. They're very practical. They don't get caught up in a lot of drama. I think Capricorns, that this struggle with you, especially for those of you attached to another person, all this emotional drama, it's going to be a struggle in the future to get through it. But I think that you're going to be able to be focused. And this is an Eight of Pentacles. Your outcome card is an Eight of Swords reversed. I'm actually seeing that Eight of Swords reversed as a good thing. Because, as I said, this is usually the card when it shows up. It's about feeling, it's about overreacting, and it could be that there's a person with swords energy who is really putting you through it. They're not consistent. They don't communicate. They play mind games. And I think that's why all these swords are showing up. So this Eight of Swords, this feeling of feeling trapped and fearful. When it's reversed, it doesn't mean that all of that goes away. It just means that something's really bothering you, and you feel constrained by those things. You might be mildly depressed, or the other person with the swords energy. If there's someone who's an air sign, this person is being very depressed and withdrawn and kind of a little bit of paranoia. I'm also seeing that as well. But this being in your outcome, it means that you are being practical, but the other person or the situation is still going to deal with a lot of fear, a lot of issues. I'm going back to what I saw here with this Two of Swords and the High Priest, that this Two of Swords with the High Priest is indicating to me, what I'm feeling out, is that someone's afraid of commitment, that someone is not, they're not giving themselves to a relationship the way they need to because they've got all these issues and fears. They don't want to commit. They're lazy. They don't want to feel trapped, or that they're obligated to do anything in the relationship. And I think some of you have been dealing with that energy from that other person for quite a while, especially with these tens. So as an outcome card, when I get to the Eight of Swords, it's almost as if the tarot is saying, well, Capricorns, the outcome of this is that this other person is still going to be scared. They're still going to be tentative. They're going to be unwilling to step forward. But it's not going to be as bad as what's been going on with the 5 and 10 of Swords or the 2 of Swords. But there's still, this issue is the limitations of your situation and your relationship are all coming down to an issue of fear. Still having a lack of trust, and that's really what I'm starting to see as a theme throughout, especially with the 3 of Cups reverse, that there seems to be a huge issue with trust and commitment, and getting rid of all the fears and getting rid of all the personal issues and the mental issues and the depression, okay? Especially if it's the other person. I think this other person is bringing a lot of this here to the relationship. Okay, so the tarot seems to be saying in your outcome, Capricorn, that this issue is still going to be very fragile. The relationship is still going to be very tentative, and that's because there's another person who is still very much, they're not able to trust, they're not able to trust themselves, and there seems to be some real issues going on with holding grudges and just letting go and being able to open up emotionally. So when I see these Cups and Swords reversed, I'm seeing a lot of personal issues with a person you're attached to. And the tarot is saying, continue being practical and seeing things for what they are. And hopefully this person will go through a shift. I'm not seeing any shifts right now in the near future, but I'm just seeing this as the way a person is in a relationship for some of you. And then there are some of you Capricorns where this is really just about an issue of taking off the blindfolds and seeing things for what they are, and realizing that you do have other options as well. Okay? When this is reversed, we take the blindfolds off and we start to move forward without being afraid. Okay? So, there are lots of mental issues here, not big issues with relationships like breakups, at least not for some of you. But I am seeing some of you dealing with another person who's too fearful, who's never had to put in the work for a relationship, and they're bringing a lot of drama, and you've been dealing with that, and that's become a big strain on your connections, your relationships. and your emotional happiness as well. Okay, so Capricorn, that was your reading. And as always, thank you guys so much for your support and reaching out. And I'm still offering relationship energy readings. If you're interested, check out my online appointment book. Okay, so thank you so much. I'll see you on YouTube. I'll be reading your comments, and I hope to hear from some of you very soon. Take care.